Hi, I'm David Fensterheim, here today from LPass Solutions, which is a Tyco security products company, to talk to you about our new global assist solution, which includes our app, our Lone Worker app, which can be used to trigger an alarm, our cloud connectivity, our Iris software for the alarm management, as well as other components from the LPass solution. So, quick demo, we have the app. Push the button, get the alarm. The alarm information is sent via the cloud to the back end, so I get the alarm, I can manage it, I have my instructions to take, and then I can clear the alarm, etc. I can dispatch a response team. Now, of course, the app runs on an Android phone and can be used also to send information regarding the GPS geographic coordinates back to Iris, so that we can define geofences in Iris so that if an individual which is carrying this app deviates or enters into one of those geofences, I can alert on that in Iris. There are many applications for that, whether it be senior tracking or home detention, etc. Now let's look at the accessory to this app. So I can take the app and basically put the phone in standby, put it in my pocket so that I don't have access to it, and now I've got my either belt-worn tag or my pendant-worn tag, and this is essentially going to be my front end for this application. If I fall and the tag tilts to a beyond a certain degree, I'm going to get first the tilt in the software, which is an informational alert, and then if the user can cancel the alarm within 15 seconds. If he does not, then it will send a fall alarm, again, via the phone, through the cloud, to the back end. Okay? So it just sent a fall alarm, and now I get my red man down alarm in my back end software. Of course, all these alarms can be sent to our Iris Go app, which is also a mobile application which connects to Iris via the cloud, so that your response team can essentially travel wherever they want and get that alarm information. Okay. This tag, as compared to other mobile emergency response tags, does not require a SIM card. It does not need to be charged on a daily basis because it has a battery that lasts over a year. And in addition to that, it also listens for LPass beacons. So if I now transfer over to my map, which shows the indoor location, I'm jumping between these two LF beacons. So if I'm now in my left room and I move to the right room, right, then again with the phone in my pocket, the software now reports that my new location is in this room. So I've got indoor location for my smartphone app using the LPass Lone Worker tag. This is excellent for nurse call. It's excellent for example, housekeeping in a hotel, where each time they go into each room, if they need assistance, they pull their tag and they get the alarm. And as you can see, it's showing the address as well as which room you're in, not only the GPS coordinates but also the indoor location. Can restore that, and that can be used also to cancel the alarm. That's pretty much the demo. So we've got an app, a cloud solution, the back end to manage the alarms. We've got a tag, which is an accessory to that app, which can be used for accessing, to triggering the alarms. It can be used also to give us indoor location. And it is very powerful because it doesn't require its own SIM. It's less expensive than your mobile PERS solutions. And it also lasts very long on a single battery, over a year. That's the demo for now. Let's go into a presentation, so make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, so as an introduction, LPass is a wholly owned subsidiary of Tyco Security Products. So what are the applications for this global assist solution? We've got field worker protection for man in the van. We've got industrial and petrochemical. The Lone Worker tag has been developed with ATEX principles in mind. We've got mobile PERS for seniors so that they can be given whether the senior live in a senior living facility or aging in place in their home. In any case, they can carry a tag with them and always have the ability to call for help. If the call is made, the responding staff can always open up a voice channel and speak with the victim via their phone. Indoor panic alarm with room location, for example, in a hotel housekeeper application to protect them, and then that way we know precisely which room they're in when they make for a call. No necessary infrastructure except for putting beacons in by the doors of the entry to the rooms. Hands-free proximity access control, and so that when you walk up to a door, your location, proximity to the door, is passed on to Iris via the cloud, and that is then validated and access is granted or denied accordingly. So those are some of the applications. I'm sure you can think of many more. What are the products that we have that are involved in this solution? So we've got the Iris server in the back end, can handle many thousands of tags of, in this case, phones, plus it has remote alarm messaging via the Iris Go application running on iOS or Android. You've got the hardware, which is the lone worker tag in this case. Later on we'll talk about other possible LPass hardware, but now we're talking about the lone worker tag and, of course, the lone worker app. Some of the features of the lone worker tag is that it doesn't require charging, there's no SIM involved, there is a panic button, a pull hook that's when you yank it, it releases. There's a man-down detection using accelerometer with a buzzer and a beep for pre-alarm to prevent false alarms. And also there's an LF detector or receiver on board to determine the indoor location, and that is also reported via the cloud to Iris. Or alternatively, that same lone worker tag running a different version of firmware can be used as a beacon and transmit to a telephone as it passes by its indoor location as well. That way you can get a relatively inexpensive indoor location solution given an application that doesn't require the level of reliability and of location and accuracy as would be provided by an LPass LF beacon. How does the data flow work? So you've got the lone worker app, which is communicating via the cloud to an Iris server. The Iris server is installed within your network behind a firewall, let's say, and they're both communicating via the cloud, so it's fully secure. When the alert occurs, so the alarm could be sent to a web client via the cloud or to an Iris Go application, and they can both be used to manage those alarms. The Iris Go application could be used, of course, to open up a voice channel conversation with the caller. Okay? And of course, the LPass lone worker tag with BLE can be used as a front end for that application. The lone worker app, what does it feature? It's got the panic alarm possibilities. You can trigger it straight from the app's display. It has fall detection if used with the tag, and it communicates with Iris via the cloud. It reports GPS coordinates for outdoor location. For indoor location, it can get either LF beacon location or using BLE beacon geofence for alarms. So the fact that the app is transmitting the GPS coordinates to Iris, then you're able to alert when it enters or exits geofences. And it provides for a voice link. So with an auto answer app, you can call that phone, and then the responder can speak with the caller. And it's fully supervised. So the app is in constant communication with the Iris server. If that communication is lost, then we get an alert in Iris. Also, if the communication between the tag and the app is lost, that's also reported. If the battery on the phone is low, that will be reported to the user as well as back to Iris. So we're all covered in the event of some type of potential failure of the system. When the app is used with the tag, right, you've got the phone in your pocket, the tag on your belt or worn as a pendant on a lanyard. The tag does not require recharging. It does not require a SIM because that's on the phone. The phone stays in your pocket. It doesn't have to be on. The screen does not have to be on. The app does not have to be in the front. The tag events are reported to Iris via the app. So when the press the duress button or the lanyard hook is pulled or the front button is pushed, all those events are sent to Iris. The tag has a fall alarm detection, so it first goes into tilt. That's reported, but it's not a fall alarm until X number of seconds, 15 seconds or so, pass by and the user has not canceled the call, even though the lone worker tag is vibrating and beeping. That's the way we filter false alarms. The indoor location, again, is received by the tag by receiving LF beacon messages, and the tag can be used in relatively volatile environments for the oil and gas type of applications. Indoor location by LF beacon, so again, if the tag arrives near an LF beacon within, let's say the beacon could be adjusted for anywhere between 0 and 5 meters and is very accurate, and the tag listens every 250 milliseconds, and as soon as it enters in that field, it transmits both via BLE to the smartphone app, i.e. to the lone worker app, which goes back to Iris, and it's also transmitting in the Elpas 433 megahertz protocol, and so you could put next to that door a controller and control the door, either lock or unlock accordingly. So the tag can be used both for traditional Elpas apps, since it's transmitting both the Elpas protocol as well as the BLE-based cloud apps. So you've got reliable room and bed location using the LF beacon. You got door access control, and you can use it for healthcare apps, for resident or patient assist call, or automatic nurse presence. So if a nurse is walking around with that tag, then her presence in a room reported via the cloud can then be sent to the nurse call system or close a call initiated by a patient automatically within Iris. So either as an integrated system with a third-party nurse call, or when Iris is used for the nurse call, then the nurse arrival in the room can automatically close the call. Everything done without any infrastructure, without any TCP/IP infrastructure at all in the site. All you're doing is putting in beacons that need to be powered. That's all. And you can do indoor location via Bluetooth beacons, and that way the lone worker app learns its location as it arrives within range of the tag, which is now attached to the wall, indicating a specific location. Another thing is that because the tag is an Elpas tag and it still transmits the Elpas protocol, then it can be used in conjunction with other Elpas traditional apps. For example, wander control, nurse call, nurse presence, infant protection, and senior assist and staff assist. And so if you have a facility that is already running an Elpas system, you can provide these tags that can be used indoors in conjunction with the existing LF and RF infrastructure. But when the tag now leaves site and it wanders and it goes between facilities or out into town, etc., the tag now is covered, and the assist calls will be sent directly to the staff within the facility. In order to run this, you're going to need an Android running 4.3 or higher. It has to have Bluetooth 4 compatibility for the Bluetooth Low Energy. We're testing using the Samsung's Galaxy phones. However, it should run, as long as you've got the Android and the Bluetooth, then you can probably get other phones as well. However, we do request that you first test it before you deploy them and buy a quantity of these phones. Now, in terms of the licensing, so the app you can download and install for free. The lone worker tags are Elpas tags. They can be purchased from your Elpas representative, just like any other Elpas tag. The cloud access between the phone and Iris requires a subscription fee per phone month. So every time a phone attaches, then it consumes a credit for a phone month, and then the next month it'll consume another. The price per phone month is based on, of course, the number of devices. So if you're going to have a few hundred devices, then the rate per month will go down. If you just have a small site, then the rate per month will be higher. And of course, the Iris Server license fees, as it's always been. The Iris Server prices you can get from your existing price list if you've got one. The lone worker tag rate is going to be about what the lone worker tag without the BLE is, and the app again is free. So thank you very much. You're welcome to contact me or your LPass representative or hit elpas.com if you need any additional information.